Unit 3, Task 3 is going to deal with two learning criteria. It's going to deal with AC 1.5, explain how to determine whether evidence is sufficient, authentic and current. And 1.6, it's going to explain how to ensure that assessment decisions are valid, reliable and fair. For both of those assessment criteria, you're going to need to define those terms and explain them in terms of practice, how they actually work. So some depth for both of them. Examples are going to help. And this is going to be done via a digital canvas, which is a nice new idea. So first question is, what's a digital canvas? If you're quick, you'd have seen those. So what is a digital canvas? What a digital canvas is a virtual platform or surface. Easy enough. And then, have you seen a canvas, or can you name one or two? If you're quick, you'd have seen that. But how about Lino? Lino itself is a digital canvas, as is something called Trello. Now, quite interesting, we've seen both of these in use already on this course, so you've got a head start, hopefully. This is going to be the Lino that we're going to do in session as we build up some notes toward these. There's nothing to stop you also making a link to the class activity as well. So, okay, so what does it look like? Well, basically you're going to put content in. Now the other example would be a Trello, which we've seen before. So here's a Trello for something that I've done for a different assignment. And the great thing about a Trello is you would lay these out differently. You've already used a Trello, so you could have one for valid, authentic, reliable, current, sufficient, and remember to scroll across, and you can add more where you could have fair. You can also have your introduction here. You might want to stick in policies for IQA. You can add extra quality to your assignment here by having the what is valid, what does that mean, what does that look like, an example or two. You could even put in documents if you want to, or images, and it adds a whole load more to it. If you want any help with Trello, just give me a shout. We'll go through it again in session, and then you'll just need to share that with me. Then later on you'll need to share it with the internal and maybe the external assessor. These are really useful things because you get to keep this as your own Trello board, and it's a really useful reminder. It's amazing how often people forget FAQs. So also a couple of documents are going to help you with this, and it's well worth having them prepared. You'll need I'm just going to pull them up here. I thought I had them open. Two little documents that will help. So there's the Agorid level descriptors. This helps you see what that means at particular levels. And it explains what a level is. So level 3, which is what we're working at here, is to apply knowledge and skills in a range of complex activities, demonstrate comprehension of relevant theories, access and analyze information independently, make reasoned judgments selected from a considerable choice of procedures in familiar and unfamiliar contexts. So that's basically an overlying thing with whatever you're doing to meet the measurable verb anyway. There's also this, which isn't quite so useful for level 3, but it's useful for a lot of the levels that we deal with at Adult Learning Wales, E2, E3, level 1 and level 2. And that would basically help you break down the identifying verb. That's still a useful thing because you'll see a lot of explains and describes used on assessment criteria. Okay, so that's what a digital canvas is.